Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. I'm your host, Richard, and we're here today to review the last race of the season, and that is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Here to help me today to review today's Grand Prix is none other than Kwame. Kwame, how we do, bro?
I'm good, bro. It's good to I'll be back. Pardon minutes. So it's good to be back for the review the final Grand Prix of the season.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been a long ass season, honestly. So I'm excited. Everyone's tired. I'm just glad things have finally come to a close, but it's just mad to think it could have been 2 races longer if Chan and them didn't get cancelled. But yeah, let's not get into that. Chris, how we doing today, bro?
I am free. Praise the Lord, I am free. No longer bound to that RB19. Bro,
Church.
we made it to the end of the season. Yeah, we see the man what's been 19 races. I'm good. But also, friend of the pod, won the F2 championship today. So it's a good day in the end. So
big up Teo.
Exactly.
Teo.
Back a member of Pitstop Fracas and you'll reach success. That's the recipe these other men need to learn, isn't it?
That's big facts. That's their big facts. But let's get straight into things. So let's get into Quali. So in Quali, Carlos Sainz got knocked out to Q1. Lewis Hamilton got knocked out to Q2, and then going to some data, then I had a look at, Lando Norris might have bottled pole, but that was coveted by another than Max Verstappen. So, Chris, I'm coming to you on this. What's your takeaways from Quali, especially with the performances of Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton?
Hey, Carlos Sainz turned up this weekend on a vibe of I'm going to stink out the joint. Man binned it in practice, went out in Q1 in Quali, and it was like, obviously, it was a bit tight with Ferrari in the first 2 sessions, but it's one thing where it's like, bro, it's Q1. Like, you can't get past, the Alpha Tauris or, Alfa Romeos or a Haas. Come on, man. You're driving a Ferrari. Like, I know the car ain't slow. It's not slow. It's not been slow for a good period of time. It's top 3 car minimum. So, like, it's not been good enough from him. The Lewis Hamilton did that thing where I think it was George that said it. He was kind of like, they are equal on 11-11 in qualifying, but each weekend there's just like a big gap between the both of them, and it's not normal. It's not like a little 1/10, 2/10 thing. It's always swing one way, swing the other way, and this weekend it swung towards George, which is just a thing of that's that car, rest in piss. I don't want to see that thing again. And also, last thing, Lando, he did bottle Quali, and it's one thing that we have to take note of. I know he's explained that part of it is just because the car reeks in slow speed corners and it's tricky to drive. So it's one thing, but it's one of those things where I get that, bro. But when you're dining at the top table, we are the scrutiny is a bit more harsher, so you can't be bottling it like that. Like, I get not necessarily getting P1, but like, we need you P2, P3, like kind of vibe. Like, you bottling that lap like that, it's a 0 to 0 situation where you look like a loser now because you qualified P5 instead of being up there, and then you're fighting your way through past your teammate and wasting time, which took away from potential point. Obviously, some other stuff that happened in the race, but it's one where you got to maximize these things. There's the small margins that matter when you're at the top table. And, Leclerc made his race by qualifying P2 with a great lap. So these are the margins. These are the things where when you're at the top table, we look at things a bit closer and the scrutiny is a bit more harsher. And, we can see when you're failing, like we can see it. We can see that, that you've fallen short here or there. And you don't have a RB19 to kind of bail you out. Like, you're in a McLaren, you're in a car that's comparable in pace to the Ferrari and the Mercedes. So you need to maximize your qualifying sessions. So it is what it is.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But no, fully agree with everything you said there, Chris, 100%. Kwame, Any takes for quali? Of course, your boy Yuki, he qualified, I think P6 it wasn't it? So quite a good quali result for him.
Yeah, P6, good quality. Especially again as compared to teammates, Daniel Ricciardo came P15. So back off of QT1, Yuki got to P6. That the team you wouldn't have thought would have been there at the come before Abu Dhabi. They got again another upgrade again this weekend, so they're slowly morphing into that rebrand where they're gonna be literally Red Bull 2.0. And then again, I think the main takeaway though for me, the front two, Max and Leclerc back at it again. Leclerc's one that pace is starting to be shown this season, and it was very clear. Yes, Max ran away with it, but it was still a 10th between the two. So again, it's close in the fence that Ferrari is not as fast as Red Bull, but one that pace quality that's still thereabouts, and yeah, we've already touched on Lando, but I want to quickly touch on Sergio as well. Again, P9. Again, we know quality is not a strong point, but again, I'm looking at you because, bro, you should be there with your teammate. Yes, Max, it's clear. Generational talent. We all hear that, but P1, P9, you got, Yuki, in the avatar qualifying ahead of you as well. Remember, that's a sister team to Red Bull. It's a bit higgy, man. It's a bit higgy, but, we'll talk about him later in the race because, he rectified it.
No, for sure, yeah. It is definitely higgy when your sister team is qualifying ahead of you, but I said, yeah, I mean, qualify P9, it's not really a massive shock to anyone, to be fair. Of course, on Sunday, the race pace is a lot better with the RB, but yeah, it's just one of those things, to be honest with you. But cool, let's move on to the race start. So, with the race start, got a bit quite tussly at the start with Charles and Max, Charles was getting a bit, usually when Max has a great start, which is pretty much majority of the time anyway, usually just sails off into the distance, stopping 1 second, 1.5, even 2 seconds by the end of lap 1. But this time around, Charles was able to, get in a slipstream, down swim a little sort of thing. It was quite, interesting. Max in the end won the battle, dunked on him a good 3 times, but it was a good little toss, you know what I mean? Good little battle. But Kwame, I'm gonna come back to you on this. What was your take for the race start and the tussle between Max and Charles?
I was surprised, because I thought, but just beginning the race, I thought Max would get away with it. But kudos to Leclerc, he hanged on. He had a good start. I'd say equal to him. Max probably Leclerc had a more favorable start. Max obviously led to the corner, and then Leclerc luckily he was in the right slipstream where he was still close enough where he could overtake Max, but then Max got him and Max overtook him again, and they were back and forth with it. So, it was very exciting. Unfortunately for Leclerc, Max, once he got that last overtake in turn 9, I believe, in the first lap, he was just kind of gone with it. But kudos to Leclerc, he made it entertaining and put up a good fight, and none of them crashed as well. So it was good racing.
No, yeah, for sure. It was really good racing, especially quite refreshing for a lap 1 battle as well. Chris, same with you. Thoughts on the race start, and anyone else in particular you want to highlight?
No, it was a good race start. Some good battles between Charles and Max, and then we had George and Lando. It was all clean and fair stuff. I know there was a bit of razzmatazz in the midfield, but I don't remember who, and I haven't bothered to check back. So it is what it is. No one crashed out, so who cares? And yeah, it was a good attempt by Charles. He knew that lap 1 was his only hope before the 1 second gap appears, and then you're just kind of there chilling around the 1 second behind kind of thing. So it was a good start from him. Nice attempt. Max defended well, positioned him in the places where if he was going to make the overtake, it's going to be the move of his life. So fair enough. And it was good, clean racing and the kind of stuff that we like to see. So it's a solid race start.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more better ones we've seen over the season, to be fair. But it was quite amusing that we get that on the last race of the season. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, let's move on to Red Bull. So it was business as usual. Max, pole win. I think he even got fastest lap. He didn't lead every lap because I know that off the top of my head because I know Yuki led a lot. But yeah, business as usual, Max. I mean, there's not really much more to say with him. But Sergio Perez, he qualified P9, but he managed to have like a pretty decent race, to be fair. Well, decent-ish, in my opinion. Because he crossed the line P2, but obviously with a fast second penalty, he got P4. So, Chris, I'm coming to you on this. What did you make of, well, Sergio Perez's performance, and do you think the penalty that he received was fair? Because, afterwards on the radio, he was quite, agitated. He's basically saying the stewards were a joke, and then he had to get, someone by the stewards basically apologize and blah, 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 etc. So, what did you make of Red Bull's performance, especially with Sergio Perez's?
So Red Bull overall performance, good, pit stops good, strategy good, everything good. Max clear. Simple as that. It's been a story of the season. Perez's thing was he bottled Quali, which is part of the story of his season, because he started ninth because he went over track limits, so that's his own fault. Then he made his way up through good strategy because when everyone cut their second stint short, they went a bit longer and got the tire offset, so he knew that they would be coming through at the end. The penalty was 100% justified. I don't care about this. Oh, I'm on the inside overtaking at the apex. Bro, my brother in Christ, Lando gave you acres of space. He wasn't fighting. He gave you so much space. But you decided to whack into man like you're whining girl at a party, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, there was space for you to make the move. You're talking about, when you're braking late, you won't necessarily get the right turn in. I don't care, bruv. You whacked into man. You caused a collision. Like, the penalties for causing a collision, he caused a collision. It was his fault entirely. Lando left all the space, turned in wide to give man space, and he hit man. So he has to hold that. And the 5-second penalty was just. And fortunately, this time the field was close enough for the 5-second penalty actually meant something. So he fell back to P4. Whereas, if he was lucky and was able to make another game at NP2, it wouldn't be just. But yeah, he ruined his own race. That was an easy P2 there by just messing up an overtake. So he has to hold that, and the stewards were correct because it's one of those things where sometimes you have to apply a little bit of common sense and go, yeah, that was his fault. Like, Lando did nothing to cause the contact. He didn't squeeze man or anything. Like, he just left it open, said, yeah, you go through, and you messed it up. So he has to hold that.
I bet you was rejoicing when that happened as well, Chris. What did you?
Oh yeah, I was like, that's what George Russell told me about. Like, finally, we've been starving, bro. I've been starving.
Hey, every silver lining, brother. I tell you, every silver lining. But yeah, Kwame, thoughts on RB and the Sergio Perez penalty?
The penalty, yeah, no, I agree with Chris. I mean, I was watching the race. Obviously, seeing the commentary about Bondo saying, he couldn't have the other space. Couldn't tell, like, there was space there. Like, he had the line, he had to follow through, but he decided to turn into land and turn away too early. There was no need for it. And again, he had him on pace as well. So again, similar. There's no need for him to rush into that overtake there. And he started complaining again to the team on the team radar about the penalty, but again, because I think it was just, 5 seconds as well. He did crash into him. And then it was his own fault. He had a good race. Again, the strategy with Red Bull staying out later on the second stint, it worked out well for him. Again, he went through the field, pretty comfortably. Didn't get into much issues apart from the one with Lando, and yeah, he had a good race, to be fair. And it wasn't like a typical, I say, recovery drive from Checo. Max had a max race, and I can't really say too much. He was just out of fun, just did his job. He led the majority of the race, apart from the different pistol strategies that different teams won, but he did his thing. And I think Red Bull can hold their heads high up, and I think this summarized their season, actually, to be fair. Max dominating out front, pretty much, and Sergio being the second best, in the second best, but again, him to his own detriment, letting himself down. Qualifying again, let himself down. and then this crash with Lando let himself down. But he's got the pace there to be with Max, but just to be up there second best, I should say. But yeah, it wasn't to be.
Cool. Let's move on to Mercedes. So Mercedes, they qualified 4th and to 11th, sorry. And they ended up finishing 3rd and 9th in the race. So, Chris, I'm going to come to you on this. What did you make of Mercedes' performance today, especially Lewis's struggles, if you will? And also George thinking he's Pep Guardiola.
Okay, with Lewis's struggles, it's one of those things where this has been... Was this his worst weekend of the season?
It's up there. It's up there.
It was up there. And it's
I
one
can't
where...
remember the whole season, so it's been longer than you know what I mean.
1 year.
Look, and yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So he struggled this weekend, and it didn't look nice. He had a sloppy bit of contact with Gasly, but it wasn't his fault. It was just Gasly being a bit rubbish, and it's one where it's a weekend to forget, a season where he's like, cool, I'm done, let's move on. And I think that was him this entire weekend. He didn't want to be there. If it was up to him, he would have just packed up and gone home, and just carried on selling tequila bottles. Like that. He has no interest in driving that car anymore. So it is what it is. George basically had a weekend where he didn't produce, where him and the team didn't produce a bozo moment. So they got a good result, and he delivered on promise. They got lucky with the McLaren botched pit stop, but yeah, good result. They squeezed P2 over the line, and George Russell's radio to the team is one of the best radios of the year, where he's like, yo, how's Lewis doing? Basically trying to say, is he getting points or not? Yeah. Or because do I need to push to get Charles, or can I just chill and just cement this calm P3? And man were talking about, yeah, his pace is good. He's like, brother, what does that mean? That means nothing to me. I need to know if he's in the points, or if Carlos is doing the thing and I need to do more. And it's one of those things where I talk about it again and again about Mercedes communication, where they don't communicate things to the drivers properly at all. So these men don't know what they're doing, and then that's why they start talking more on the radio. Like, if you want man not to talk on the radio, give him the information he needs and tell him what he needs to do. Once he knows what he needs to do, because once they said to him, oh yeah, Perez got a 5-second penalty, he was like, oh yeah, he got a 5-second penalty, yeah? Sweet. He just let Pan through, because otherwise he would have been fighting for his life on defense. Instead, he just let man through, calm as you like, got third in the race, and consolidated P2 in the championship. The worst P2 in the championship I've ever seen. It was a bum off, but it was a stink off. But they got P2 in the end. The people got their bonuses, and I hope they have a Merry Christmas and all of that, I guess.
Yeah, I can't lie. He scraped for that P2, but yeah, it was an absolute stink off from. But yeah, we'll leave that for the season review. Kwame, thoughts on Mercedes this weekend?
I'll start with Lewis, actually. I think Lewis, his race was kind of, but the moment he qualified in P11, I felt like that was kind of his race kind of done. No offense to him, in the sense of, cool, you've got a Mercedes car, you should be, driving, up, and, it should be fine, the top 6, whatever. But from the moment when, you didn't have the best first lap, you're stuck in that midfield, stuck with the Alpines and whatnot, I feel like, yeah, this is long. I've seen disclosure, people talk about online about whether who's at fault for the crash of him and Gasly. Some people trying to say Gasly baited, which is cap. Some people trying to say Lewis crashed into him, was all cap. I feel like what happened, he locked up. That's what happened. Lewis just locked up. Gasly broke very early into the corner for whatever reason, and unfortunately that both hindered both of their races. And with Lewis, obviously, he had damage to the front wing, which the next pit stop afterwards, they didn't bother changing the wing, which I was kind of confused about, but maybe, Mercedes thought, cool, the damage he's got is not that deep where we need to change it. And from there, he was kind of really on the back foot. And like Chris said, I feel like I don't think his heart was winning this weekend either. So I feel like he kind of tried to do what he needs to do with the team to get up there, but yeah, he got the P9. I don't think he really is bothered per se with that. The 2 points score that I guess would have in quote paper helped for their battle with George. Again, George had a good weekend. To be fair with him, he had a better luck in the sense of he qualified up in P4, and then from there it's just kind of coasting it. Again, he got lucky with the McLaren and their Pitstop fumble with Lando. I feel like he's going to overtake Lando, to be fair, anyways. But that's another threat score. And then from there, he kind of coasted it. The radios between Lewis and Mercedes, and then Russell and Mercedes was kind of funny because they were kind of like, "Come on, boys, you can kind of do it." Like clap a hand, like they were like in nursery or something. Trying to say, "Oh, you can get get your brownie points, get your cheating points," but it's just because they're trying to Lewis was fastest, and to encourage him, I think to take Alonso in that period, and obviously George again to try to get a PT, but it's great in the end. No win again P2 says a lot about the season, and them in my opinion, but they did their job in it, so kudos, I guess.
Yeah, cool. Right, okay then. Let's move on to Ferrari. So Ferrari, they finished second and second and
16th.
DNF. Wait, what? I thought I didn't even know. Wait,
I did not know he DNF, man.
Did say he DNF, but clock cost.
Oh, lap 7. Oh, it's one of them ones. It's one of them retirements, isn't it? They're like,
he retired on the last lap, but still finished ahead of K-Mag.
Yeah,
but that's another discussion. Bro.
I didn't even know he retired. I thought he finished what was he on the last 9th or something? I can't remember what it was.
No, he was out of the points. That guy, it was the stinkiest race I've ever had to watch.
He was P9 3 laps before, then obviously they had to pit him in it because they messed with the strategy.
Oh yeah. That's it. Well, yeah, they said he. Okay, that wrong me. My bad. I didn't even know. I was like, wait, am I looking at the right race here? Why am I seeing 18th? What? Yeah, fucking hell. Okay, yeah. Contrasting day for Ferrari. So Charles managed to finish P2 in the race. Sainz looking extra stinky. Managed to DNF for classified for 18th. But they missed out on constructors and ended up finishing P3. So, Chris, as a resident Ferrari fan, I want you to speak on how Ferrari performed today, why Sainz was struggling so much, and why Charles thought he was Charles Deserby today as well.
You know what? Yeah, this is a monumental moment. I'm actually very proud of Charles because he took decisions in his own hands and was doing up tactics and tactical, and basically we weren't relying on Ferrari to get the job done, and that is very good, and it almost worked for him. So you know what, you got to give credit where credit's due. In regards to Sainz, he stunk all weekend. That's a disgrace. Shouldn't be paid for this weekend's worth of work because he actually cost the team. He fully cost the team P3 in the P2 in the championship with this stink off at the end. It was reeking from practice, quali, the race. Normally when man have a bad quali, they make up a couple of positions. You just end up back where you started. And when you stink so hard that man are doing safety car and God willing, the safety car and inshallah, that's what they were doing for you because you were stinking. It wasn't like your pace was great and it was like, oh, fuck it, your pace is good. We can stay out. It's you reek. We're just going to hope for a safety car, but you can have fresh softs on and kind of luck into position. So it's one where he should be ashamed. I know he brought home the race win for the weekend, but you finished 7th or something, 6th or 7th in the driver's standings because you stunk so hard this weekend, and your teammate ended up ahead of you. Whereas Charles, carried on good momentum at the end of the season, think him and the car are finally gelling, and he's maximizing the results each weekend. And it's good driving. It's one where no one can say anything against him for the past couple of races, which says a lot. And that's good momentum for him and the team. So yeah, it was a mixed weekend. And one thing I'm glad about is that when people are trying to give Sainz excuses, Fred Vasseur came out and said, no, he stunk. That's good management there. He lets everyone know, yeah, when these drivers stink, they stink. And he was like, why we finished below Mercedes? It's because man was smelling. Whether it's the strategy, whether it's the drivers, all of us, we all smell. He came in the start season and said, yeah, we're looking to win the championship. And he came out and said, we all stink. So I like that. So it's a thing of, if they have the car and everything next season, it could be a lot better. But I think this weekend, well, he tried to do tactical, tried to do Pep Guardiola Galaxy Brain, but I know it's the one where he's doing the Pep Guardiola, I'm drinking the water after conceded the goal, but it is what it is.
Nah, yeah, listen, Charles De Zerbi, them tactics been slapping, boy. Man getting packed in 5 now, home to Villa now. So slapping, brother. I can't lie to you, bro. But yeah, Kwame, I'm gonna continue on this. Thoughts on the Scuderia? How do you think this was an opportunity missed for Peter in the championship?
Yeah, Sainz ruined them. Sainz ruined it for them, honestly. He finished them. Very, very poor weekend. Just bad. And even when like the strategy to me again made no sense. The 2 hards, and then like so I feel like they were banking on a safety car, but banking on a safety car in Abu Dhabi, in a track that doesn't really have much, crashes happening, or cool, I guess an engine, or something, down to car can happen, cool, but it's not really bound to happen. So it was just awful from the get-go, and he was just very slow in the stints. He wasn't really making much progress or making place positions up in the grid, up in the field. He didn't really do much. He was just disappointing from him. Charles did all he could do, to be fair. Like you said at the beginning, he had a good start. Held on in position to second, really, and even was trying to say, hey, listen, cool, I will drop down, just so I can get overtaken, but that means that Mercedes don't get P2 in the championship, yada yada yada. Like to be fair with Charles, he put into his own hands, and that's what you can ask from him. Cool, he hasn't. His beginning part of the season hasn't been great, but towards the end, he's definitely starting to get more one of the car. And I guess Leclerc, be happy in the sense that it worked out for him, in the sense that he actually now is overtook Sainz in the championship because of this race. And they were the driver championship and the constructors, and he got ahead of his teammate, even though Sainz got the win. But yeah, Leclerc, had a good race, and Sainz unfortunately just ruined it for Ferrari, man.
No, yeah, that he showed his performance from my Carlos Sainz, but yeah, now we're just gonna have to hold out, I guess. But yeah, let's move on to McLaren. So McLaren, they qualified P3 and P5, and they also finished P5 and P6, with Piastri bizarrely finishing behind his teammates, even though we started 2 places ahead of him. So I'm coming to you on this, Chris. What did you make of McLaren's performance today? And especially of Piastri's race pace, if there's a reason for it.
Piastri just struggles with, in race pace, he just struggles with keeping the tires in the window and learning the Pirelli tires, especially this practice where he didn't have that much practice, and there wasn't that much long running. So he just struggled to keep tires in the window. So he was just really slow in the middle stint. And then in the last stint, he was okay again because the gap wasn't that big. At the end, Lando was just doing Lando things where he had a mistake in Quali, but he had good race pace, a better pit stop bags him a podium potentially. So it's one where it's give and take, but McLaren have done such good pit stops this season that you're going to have one stinky one. So it just unfortunately happened today and it cost the team, but it was, a decent showing. They got P4 secure. You know, they've shown that, you know, they understand the cars, they understand the rules, and, you know, they've got a good platform to grow from next season. So it's one thing where Oscar's had a year to understand these things, understand the tires. And it's nothing to be really concerned about with his race pace. Is one where he wasn't 20 seconds off Lando today. He was 7. So it is what it is. It's all right. And I think that, yeah, they looked all right, and they beat Aston Martin, which was the target. And I think the McLaren people, the support McLaren, be relatively happy. You know, sometimes you don't. Sometimes, you know, today they were legit probably equal third best car with Mercedes, so it was give and take, and they've done a good job. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, we'll see what they got cooking later on, but. Yeah, good performance from them.
Yes, we will definitely see what they go cook on next season. But Kwame, thoughts on McLaren this weekend?
Yeah, it was decent. It was decent. I mean, again, they had a few, ups and downs. Especially, Oscar, with his start at the beginning, he dropped down quite a few places. I mean, that it's been a common trend we've seen and I guess a lot of people from the outside looking in will be a bit panicked, a bit scared. But like Chris said, it happens a lot of rookies where the tires, especially in F1, they're Pirelli tires to F2. There's a big difference, a big gap, and especially as well. Okay, cool. They do race in Abu Dhabi in F2, but there will be races where they haven't raced in. And that's going to kick in. So I feel like people need to kind of hold back on Oscar and realize that he is a rookie at the end of the day, and he will have moments where he will be adjusting. And the fact that he's been up there with Lando for this whole season shows that there is the pace there, and there is the speed there. So even though he finished behind Lando, he did nothing wrong. It's not like he was where Sainz was, or he dropped down to half the grid. He still was 7th. So he still did his thing. So sorry, 6th, I should say. So he still did his thing. So kudos to him. And Lando again had a decent race as well. I feel like he did what he needed to do. Unluckily with him, that pit stop there, it was a crucial point because he just pitted at the same time as George, and George got ahead of him. And from there, it was kind of like a uphill battle to claw back in the podium paces. But again, the pace was there, especially in that first stint where they were in that position. So they did what they can do. Again, if you ask the McLaren fan beginning of the season, will you finish P4? A lot of them would be a handoff. So they up the progress from then to now, and they've definitely put themselves in a good place for next season where they can definitely go even more. They've got 2 solid drivers there. I think they should be happy with themselves. And yeah, they done what they need to do. Again, it's unfortunate, but can't fault them. It's not like they had apart from the pit crew, it's not like it was a massive buzzer moment, and they're human, so they're not always going to be perfect.
No, yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I guess Oscar, he's had an amazing season, to be fair. But yeah, if there's one thing he needs to try and pattern up on is, of course, a bit of time management in this race baseball. I think that'll come next season. At the end of the day, he's only a rookie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've seen rookies do worse in, I guess, worse circumstances, but it's either you show out or you don't show out. And Oscar's definitely proved himself this season. So, yeah, let's move on to the rest of the grid. So, Kwame, I'm come back to you on this. Your boy, Yuki, he finished P8. He managed to pull off the one stop really, really well. Incredible drive, really, to be honest with you. Abu Dhabi's his sort of track now, you know what I mean? He got a forgotten P4 back in 2021. Last season, I can't really remember. I can't lie to you, bro, what he really finished, but he probably finished in place or something, I don't know. But yeah, speak on Yuki's drive, and then him managed to pull off that one stop today.
It was a very, very good drive from Yuki, and at the beginning when I saw the strategy, I had question marks. I was thinking, cool, are they going to pull it off? What are they going to do here? But that first thing he did what he needed to do. I thought, cool, he's going to fall off, especially as the gap between people like Stroll, even Sainz was getting closer in by the lap 20, 21 then. But he did his thing on the first stint on the hard tires. He didn't, crash or he held composure, which is what I've been asking for him a lot of times this season. And Mexico's a good example where he didn't, and he held composure, to be fair. And he just did what he needed to do at the calm race. Second, obviously, the pit stop after. The first half of the stint was very, very good, very, very well. Obviously, towards the end, yeah, cool. Then the tires are going to fall off, so it did drop off, but again, he still held position. If it finished, 10 laps before, he would have been P6, and he did what he needed to do. The team had a clear objective. They wanted to get P7 in the championship ahead of Williams. And yeah, unfortunately, they didn't, but they did put up a good fight. And the fact that, held up against, Aston Martin and Alonso, Hamilton, even the Alpines, he managed to hold his own today. So I feel like he probably got drive the weekend as well. So yeah, kudos to him, and hopefully with the way that car is going next year, things looking up, man. So I'm excited for next season. And that's a good send for Francois as well. His last race, managed to see, his one of his own drivers, who, again, he's a big, figure in keeping him in the team. There was times we could have, got bend off. Even was leading in the race today as well. When the two stoppers did their early pit stop, he held out and he held his own. So yeah, good race to him.
What's your favorite France toss moments, Kwame? I know you have a few. I know you got a top five already, bro.
I would say that for the review, man. Say that for the review pod, man.
All right, cool. But before you without top of your head, but no worries, bro. But yeah, I was just speaking on that. Are you jumping on board the Racing Bulls thing next season? No.
I'll see how the rebound goes, man. I'll be honest, we'll see because yeah. But I feel like they have a good year next season. Don't get me wrong, but I've got to see how they rebrand it, man. Because the name, yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. If it's Adidas, hey, I might just be like Stormzy next time in the pod. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, you ain't got the vernacular to a bucket hat, bro. Leave that to Ranch, bro. I don't know. Know your lane, brother. Know your lane.
Exactly. I can't have them be Adidas Racing because, bro, I'm finished, bro. I have like 5 Adidas bucket hats, bro. It looks like I'm supporting the team, bro. That can't run.
What? I mean, Ranch Racing Bulls has a nice ring to it.
I'm not supporting that Bozo Gene team. That's Kwame's ex, bro. He loves them still. He loves them. Look at him. He's ready to spin the block. He's like, look, he's been fun at Alpine. Now join Gasly at Alpine. But AlphaTauri, you're my babes, bro. I love you. It's one of those ones there. I know where his heart's at. It's at AlphaTauri, bro. You put the Daniel Rick agenda again. He's only there for one more season. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. He's going Red Bull 2025. Just hold strong, yeah.
I know Kwame may be banging that scary house free, yeah. Thinking, yeah, I know. This is Kwame. I know you been playing for all the dogs, bro. You can't fool me, brother. Hey, look, see you laughing, bro. See what you say? You're a rich baby daddy, yeah? I said no, man. Let's move on.
Yeah, he's hiding on me.
Listen, we know about your whole escapades, bro. Hey. Look, it's hard enough, Cam. Hey, say nothing, bro. Say nothing.
There's a reason why he's wearing an England cap. There's no way you get England cap in London, bro. That's when your escapades in Hull and Sheffield and them places there, brother. We see you, bro.
Hey, why have you been in East London, bro? Hey, Chris has been in your bits, bro. Tell him you got to check in with Chris to go into East, bro.
Hey, there's no checking with me, bro. I don't exist in it. I'm a figment of people's imaginations, bro.
That's no checking neither, you know. Fuck, like it's Ryanair. But anyways, Chris, I've come to you on this. Haas, Hulkenberg qualified P8, finished P15. This is a recurring theme, isn't it? Where you do quite well in quali, but in a race to the ghost, like James St. Patrick. Speak on me. It's Haas's issues if you will, if there's a reason for it.
Oh, the reason is because they cook their tires every single weekend and the upgrades didn't work. And you know how this time last week, I was cooking Hulkenberg for getting beaten by Magnussen. This weekend he cooked. So I look like a prick and I hate the team for that. Like I hate these men for that still. But yeah. They stink. They're last in the championship again. My heart is warm because I said at the start of the season, I hope they finish last, and they did. So I can't complain too much. They have to go take a good hard look at themselves. You know, Simone, Resta, and all them man there. You know, Gunther Steiner, everyone. You're last in the championship. Like you hired a man for experience. He gave it to you, and he's turned around and said, "Yeah, you man stink." And they need to just kind of hold that. And it's not a good look. Like Carlos Sainz DNF and he's still classified ahead of one of the drivers, bruv. This is not good. So there's a lot of work to be done over there and they need to fix up fast. And it's not even just a case of building a new good car at the start of the season. It's having processes in place to upgrade and improve the car. Because you had more points in 2018 than you've had from 2019 to 2023. That is not good enough. And you need to figure out what's going on wrong and sort it out because it's embarrassing and like you're blocking other teams entering the grid to do this. It's not good enough. So I need that team to improve and, you know, step on it because, bruv, it's like we're supposed to be the top 10 best teams in the world, you know, showing elite motorsport, and you making a car that only works on one day of the week isn't good enough. And yeah, just I need improvements all the way around from that organization, you know. And the F1's changed. It's time for you guys to evolve or, you know, or get out the way, but not in the sense of, you know, leaving the grid, but allowing other teams on the grid and then stepping off.
No, for sure. Haas, yeah. I seen you tweeted that thing where he gave Haas last finishes in last 5 seasons. Yeah, spooky, man. It's very spooky, I'm telling you now. They're not a serious organization, and one way or another, they're even going to have to get bought out. Or, bought out. I was going to say get kicked out, but having 9 teams on the grid will be hell. But yeah, they're going to have to pattern up soon, I'm telling you now.
And then now Gunther Steiner's turned into executive producer of TV shows. Bro, your team's on fire. They're finishing last in the Constructors' Championship, bro. Forget everything else. Focus on your job, bro. Like, I get you're making money now. You're at the budget cap, but focus. Like, this is not good. Like, everything's falling apart. At one point, they'll probably vote you out of the championship at the next Concord agreement if this carries on, bro. Yeah, because it's like, oh, we're supposed to be this franchise model. If one franchise is stinking out, they're gonna want you out. They're gonna want you gone. So you have to up levels. Like people think this is a game, but you know, at one point, people be like, "Yo, this is really not good." So
no, agreed, 100%. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. But yeah, let's move on to driver of the day. Chris, who's your driver today?
I'm going to give it Max just because it's win number 19 and we've witnessed history and he's done nothing wrong. And you know what? Normally I'm scrambling to find someone else to give it to, and I know Kwame's got his boy to give it to, so I'll give it Max and just kind of go, well done. You've made history and you're now a top 3 driver in race wins in the history of the sport. And it's an incredible like out of how many races do we have this season? 23?
22.
22. And he's won 19 of them.
Bro.
So it's insane. And you know, at some point we have to give him his props. Like I've been fighting with my heart to not give him his props, but you know what? You have to do at this point, and he's cooked all year long. So congratulations to him and Red Bull for making a great car and him executing again and again and again with unreal levels of consistency. Only one race this season he failed to finish on the podium, and only one race this season he failed to finish in the top 2. That is like
spooky.
Only one man has outdone him in terms of podium finishes in the season, percentage-wise. That's crazy. So,
was that Michael in 2002? I can't remember.
Yes, Michael in 2002. That's why I brought up that stat. If it was something like Senna or Jim Clark, I'd have just left it alone. But because go rep my boy. I think he's one of 3 guys to win a championship and complete every lap in the season. It's him, Lewis, and Michael that have done that. So
crazy.
Again, like, it's an elite club, and he's ready to knock on the door in the GOAT conversation. Just needs, these other teams to step up so it doesn't just look like a complete stat pad session instead of, something like, I didn't face no competition. So we need the other team to step up to allow him to be comfortable in the GOAT conversation rather than just, there or thereabouts. But yeah, we're witnessing history, and it's paining me, but you got to give credit where credit's due. We are a credible podcast. People need to put respect on our names. We're not just liars on a microphone.
We don't cap around there. Little agenda here and there to restore the feeling, but we don't lie around here. No, agreed. His consistency is actually outrageous because when you think about it, I think I mentioned this on the last pod. Like, imagine man's got 19 wins out of 22, 21 podiums out of 21 podiums out of 22, and like, when has man ever bend it randomly? When has ever dropped a race win? When has he ever done something like that? Yeah, he hasn't. That's the thing. Man's never left a race win on the table ever, ever though. Even when he's complaining practice or quality, oh yeah, I've got this problem, got that problem. Whether it's just elite setup, last minute changes, or him just going through the motions or going through the problems, when has a man actually struggled in even the last 2 years, badly, bad? He hasn't. He just puts his head down, gets in the car, just goes. That's it. Boom. Not phased by nothing. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. This is scary hours, scary hours. What I'm talking about here. I already said he's top 10, innit? He's knocking on the door for top 5 for me. I've seen too much, and he's done too much for me to say, nah, he's not up there. He is, as you said, he's fair most race wins. I swear he's got 100 podiums now, or he's very close to it now, anyway. By the time the new regs come in, he might even go past who's his face? Michael, in terms of race wins, which is crazy. It's nuts to say that. But if you think about it, 24 races next season.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be another 24 the season after. Max might get 44 wins in the next 48 races. That sounds mad out loud, yeah, but it's true.
It's feasible.
He might just do that.
It's feasible.
He might just do that, bro. You know what I mean?
Max 91. Max on 53, 54?
He's on 54 now.
54. Yes, it's feasible. Yeah. When he's 20, let's say it's 40. Yes, it's feasible.
Don't even matter the age, yeah, man. Forget the age, forget that. If he wants to, he can last another. He could drive until 2040, which is nuts. He won't, but if he wanted to, he could. Bro, these records that we're seeing, yeah, is nuts. This is AI shit. This is iCyber shit. This is iRobot shit, bro. This, you know what I mean? This guy's AI. I'm telling you now, bro. Scary shit. But no, yeah, driver of the day. Ain't got no complaints about that. Kwame, who's your driver of the day, bro?
I have to restore the feeling. I have to give it to people's driver of the weekend, but I'm gonna get my boy Yuki Tsunoda, man. Hey, PA in our time, man. Listen, hey. I have to give it to him. Yeah, I have to be biased in it. I cannot pick my boy in this. I have to pick him, otherwise I'll go against my whole prop in this. So.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with you. Yuki, solid driver of the day for me. Yeah, totally agreeable. Yeah, calm. So let's move on to Latifi Award. Chris, who's your Latifi?
Carlos Sainz Jr. He stunk. He cost Ferrari in the championship. He had no race pace, no overtakes, nothing. Like there was a period of time he was 2 seconds behind Lance Stroll. They were both on hard tires, and he made no inroads. And it's not like the tires were lasting or anything. He just stunk. He stunk out all weekend, and he should be ashamed of himself. And it's as simple as that. It was terrible from him, and he's the clear Latifi Award, like of the day. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Kwame.
I'll have to give it to Carlos Sainz Vasquez Castro Jr. as well. Yeah, I have to give it to him. To be fair, there's no one else who I can really think that had a stinker this race, really. That was their fault. I'm struggling to think as well. I know Chris is thinking as well. He can probably chip in but yeah, I'm gonna give it to Carlos Sainz as well. Just for the lack of pace and just the weekend in general as well. Like the poor quality, the poor race, that DNF at the end as well. That ghost DNF that everything altogether just stunk for him. And especially the last race of the season where your team is fighting for P2 in the constructors in the past, even known as that consistent guy, that consistent team player. This is the one time your team needs you. This is one time you need to fill out that role. We've seen him do in the past with McLaren, I believe, 19, 20, where he got them up in the constructors. Listen, I expect better from you. That's what I'm trying to say. I expect better from you. I expect you to, hold you when you did this weekend. So that's who my Latifi Award goes to.
He did it twice with McLaren where he clutched up. He did it twice. Hey, Mahad sold us an op, What the hell? This guy sold us an op, bruv. How can you be clutched for McLaren twice, yeah? Come to Ferrari and then stink out the drain. What's going on here, man? Hey, send him back, bro. Bring us Oscar, bruv. Send him back.
That's a swap deal, yeah?
Yeah, quick trade, We'll give you Sainz. We take Oscar and we'll give you 5 million as well. There you go. Be happy.
What, and 2 first-round picks, yeah?
Actually, no, because our next first round pick is Ollie Behrman, and I need that. I need him still. Like, they can get one of the other kids one of the other kids that we have in the academy. Get Bobby Schwartzman, There you go. Nice driver.
Bobby.
Good rapper, bruv. Him and Lando can go in the studio and do something, innit?
Hey, you see the vision? Hey, Chris sees the vision, Hey, get Chris a job at Ferrari. He sees the vision, bro. I'm telling you now. He sees the vision. But yeah, Latifi, gotta give it to clean sweep. Yeah, Carlos, you stunk, mate. That's all I gotta say. But let's move on to the predictions review. So, for those of you who aren't aware, I gave the cast members some predictions at I think it was before preseason to give it, because it wants to be straight vibes, no like, let me analyze preseason testing, straight vibes, isn't it? Yeah, make it a bit more fun. And I can't lie, some couple people cooked, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna, for the audio listeners, I'm gonna try and be as descriptive as possible without me waffling, basically. But for the visual listeners, ta-da! Here is page 1 of 5 of the predictions for the season with the whole cast members. So, as you can see on screen, we've got top 5 in the World Drivers' Championship and top 5 in the World Constructors' Championship. So, here we are. Make this full screen, So, we've got me, Rafa, Lawrence, Chris, Tariq, Kunle, Nam, Ketch, Kwame, and Smart, and Annie. So, I told the cast members, nice and simple, top 5 in both championships, who's going to finish where. So, a point if you get a particular personal team in the top 5, and an extra point if you get a position correct. So the person who got the most points in terms of the top 5 in the Driver Championship was Rafa. He managed to predict Max would finish first in the championship. He said Leclerc would be in the top 5. He also said Hamilton would finish 3rd, and he also said Checo would be in the top 5 also. Everyone else was couple of the people got 5 points. I got 5 points. Tariq, Kwame, and a lot of people went for either Max or Lewis to win the championship. Had the only outline saying Leclerc will win the championship when Leclerc just about made in the top 5. So you can see the contrast. In other shock results, no one said Alonso finished top 5, which is quite understandable. He finished P4 in championship. And also, Russell and Sainz both failed to finish in the top 5, but are very prominent on this list here. So a lot of missed points out there anyway. So let's move on to the Constructors' Championships. So, since it's cast, big top 5 in the Constructors. So you can see a lot of Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Alpine, and a bit of Aston Martin as well. So the people who got the most points this round was actually me and Rafa. I managed to predict the top 4 accurately. I said Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, but for some reason I wanted to be a humble thing and say Alpine will finish P5 rather than Aston Martin, even though deep down I knew they finished probably P5. So Rafa also picked Red Bull, Ferrari for the top 3, and also Aston Martin to finish 5th, with Alpine actually finishing 4th. Well, he predicted Alpine to finish 4th, sorry. So after the first 2 rounds, is currently Rafa leading by 14 points, followed by me leading by 13 points, Koso, Lawrence, and Ants by 11, Tariq, Kunle, Nam, and Anik leading by 10. Kwame in 12 there, my bad, bro. Catch on 8 points, Mahad on 8 points, and Chris on 7 points.
Hey, but the thing about vibes, yeah, ultimate vibes. I was there straight player hating, bro. The thing is, yeah, if you spoke to me logically, I would have said that, yeah, Max and Red Bull probably would have won the World Championship. But you think I'm putting that down? I'm straight hating, brother. I'm straight hating. And it's the same thing. That's why, yeah, I put Max third in the championship. If you're third in the championship, that just generally meant, I thought you were going to win. And the same reason why Leclerc's right behind, man. It was one of those ones where I was thinking, these man probably would do a bit better, but, after last year's debacle where I put, like, Russell first and Hamilton second, I said, let me be a bit serious so that Hamilton's going to beat Russell. So it was straight vibes. And then I managed to call the McLaren top 5. I knew they were cooking something. It's just I didn't expect Aston Martin to cook the way they did. So actually, no. I'm lying. I hate Alonso, so there's no way I was putting him top 5. There's no way I was putting him top 5.
Nah, yeah, I know. When I was counting this up here, I was like, yeah, Chris was just on straight vibes, man. You did not give a heck. I said, you know what? I respect it. Vibes singing it, may as well. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. So I asked the customers a series of questions and scenarios that may or may happen throughout the season. So the first one was, will Norris win a race? And as you know, he did not win a race. So Rafa Lawrence, Chris, Tariq, Kunle, Nam, Ketch, and Anik all said no, while the rest of us said yes. I also asked the cast, will Carlos Sainz win a race? So majority of us said yes, with Nam and Ants basically saying no. So of course he won in Singapore. I also asked the cast members who will finish last in the World Drivers' Championships. This is a bit of an awkward one because Nick DeVries technically finished last, but I was more or less leaning on full-time drivers. Of course, my man got sacked and went to Harvard. So technically, I'll only accept the answer of Logan Sargent, who finished just ahead of mine. So most of us said Logan Sargent with Chris, Kunle, Ketch, and Mahad also not saying Logan Sargent, saying other people as well. Next question was a non-Merc, Red Bull, or Ferrari podium. All of us actually said yes, so we all get a point each there. Will Merc win 3 or more races? All of us, apart from surprise, Anik, said yes, with Anik actually saying no. And he was actually right. Merc didn't even win a race. I think that's the power of agenda sometimes working, but it's manifesting. But yeah, it's so mad. Can't lie, so mad. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. Will Danny Ricciardo start a Grand Prix? All of us said no, apart from one man, Tariq. he managed to manage to say yes. And as you know, yes, Daniel Ricciardo did start more than one Grand Prix this season, surprisingly. So yeah, well done there. Will someone be sacked? I mean, bare people got sacked. Nick DeVries got sacked. James Key got sacked. Bear, forgotten about Alan Permay, whatever got sacked. Bearman got sacked. So yeah, all of us basically said yeah, apart from Lawrence, Kwame, and Ants. Will a driver fail to complete the calendar? Now, this is where stuff starts to get a bit subjective, if you will. So, there's a few men who didn't fail to complete the calendar. Nick DeVries, Liam Lawson, and Danny Ricciardo. There's your answer right there, because they didn't do a whole calendar. So, most have said yes, apart from Lawrence, Kwame. No, sorry. Just wrong one, sorry. Most have said yes, apart from Rafa, Nam, Kwame, and Mahad. Will a driver will we get first time pole sitter this season? Quite a few people said yes, and a few people said no. As you know, there wasn't a first time pole sitter. And no, I'm not counting sprints, shootouts. I'm talking about official Grand Prix poles. Substitute drivers, yes, there was. Daniel Ricciardo was a substitute. Well, actually, no, it was Liam Lawson. Actually, he was a substitute driver, technically. So, yes, a few of us said yes. So that was me, Lawrence, Chris, Tariq, and Ants, and also Anik. Will Max win 50? Will Max get 50 career race wins or more? This is quite a controversial one. And only a few of us said yes. So that was me, Tariq, Kunle, Nam, Ketch, and Anik saying yes to that. So, after this round, the totals are as follows. So I'm currently on 20 points, Rafa on 19, Lawrence 18, Chris 14, Tariq 20, Kunle 17, Nam 15, Ketch 14, Kwame 15, and 17, Mahad 11, Anik 20.
Mad, bro. What went wrong?
I do not know what Maybach was cooking, but boy, hey, know what I mean, at least you're not last, Chris. Know what I mean, you know, you've closed some points back, so it's all good. All right, next slide. So, ask cast members the following questions: will Nick DeVries score more points than Yuki Tsunoda? And that happens to be not true. So, the people to score points on that saying no was Rafa, Tariq, Kunle, Kwame, and Mahad. Will Alonso get a podium? A lot of us said yes. People who said no, to no surprise, is Chris, Kunle, Ant, Mahad, and Anik. I also asked the cast members, will Hulkenberg get a podium? You all said no, and guess what? He didn't get a podium. nicest straightforward there.
Australia was close. I was fighting for my life.
Oh yeah, true, yeah. True, yeah, that's the true. Forgot about that. Yeah, that came close still. It did. Next question. How many full safety cars will we get? So this is full safety cars, no VSC. And I can't like this was a nightmare to get the info for, but I think I managed to actually get the info. But the number quite surprised me. The actual answer was 23 full safety cars throughout the season, including sprint races as well. So the people to get that closest was actually Rafa and Anik. Rafa got 24, Anik got 22. So because they weren't on the nose, they'll get a point each. But yeah, I don't know how many VSCs was it. Won't be asked counting that. But yeah, I was quite surprised that there's 23 full safety cars. So yeah, quite surprised. A lot more than last season anyway. But yeah, I also asked the cast members how many driver of the days will there be? And apparently Norris got 5. So yeah, he got the most, followed by Max and Perez, both on 3. So no one said Lando Norris. Not really my surprise, but understandable. But a few people did say Max. So that was me, Lawrence, Chris, Kunle, and yeah, Nam. So because of that, to get a point each rather than 2 for getting it on the money. Most penalty points, no one got close. No one got close. The most penalty points was actually Logan Sargent with 6. I think followed by, it was either Lewis or Sergio Perez on 5 or 4, something like that. But yeah, no one got anywhere near that. So no points score for that. Next question was, what will be the points gap between Lewis Hamilton and George Russell? So I think it was actually, like 59 or something like that. I think it was like 59, something like that. So no one got it on the nose, but I was the closest. I managed to say 50. So that's a point for me, to be fair. So yeah, I'll take that all day. You get me? Points gap between Norris and Piastri, I think it was like 105 or something along them lines. Anyway, so now was the closest person with 100 points there. But I also asked the cast members, what's the points gap between Ocon and Gasly? So they managed to finish within 4 points of each other. So no one got that on the nose, but however, the closest people was Anik and Nam with 5 points. So let's move on to the last question. Controversial opinion. That's where it gets techie. Ask cast members to name their controversial opinions of the season, but there's a little caveat. Some people want to name 2 controversial opinions, while others just want to name 1 controversial opinion because of a certain Kwame. Yes, Kwame, I'm drawing you out. So, because of that, to make things fair, I said, okay, you can name 2. I have 2 controversial opinions, but both things must be true in order for you to score double points. Basically, all or nothing, if you will. So, for the people who only got 1 controversial opinion, the maximum amount of points would be 3 points. If you got 2 and you got it right, the maximum would be 5 points, bonus points and stuff like that. So you're just a bit fair. So my one was, and do you know what? I'll debate this with the cast as well. So for fairness, I said Aston Martin will finish closer to 5th than 7th. They have a finished 5th. So I want to debate it with you, man. Yeah. Does man check out, or am I moving mad? Let me know, because technically it's kind of true, but it's not kind of true at the same time. So it's like,
the fact that they finished 5th, we'll let it go.
That's what I said.
And what 7th was like? What you put it on like?
That's
Williams.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, nah.
Cool. I'll give myself a point for that. I won't give 4 points.
Like,
Yeah. I'm leaving some. Leaving some. Okay. Next one was Rafa. He said make fastest by the end of the season. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's not the case at all, isn't it? I don't even know. I think you say the second fastest of the season. So that was.
These men have not had the second fastest car. Like I think maybe Spain, and then maybe
Coulter?
no. Coulter they were tied with McLaren. I think they just did the strategy better. They had another set of mediums, and then in Zandvoort, similar situation where they were equal with McLaren. But like Spain is the one where it was clear that they were second fastest. These men were cooking. And then other than that, it's a bit higgy. Where it's like they might have been faster in Singapore, but we don't know because Ferrari qualified ahead. So when you're ahead, you get to choose how the race runs. So it is what it is. It's been a spooky year for them.
Yeah, most definitely. Right. So the next one was Lawrence, and he said George Russell and Lewis Hamilton to crash and Albon podium. I mean, the first one was kind of true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it depends if you wanted to play it as well. Yeah. It depends if you want to be pedantic and say, well, it should be on the basis of a double DNF, but I can give that. Yeah. However, what messed them up? Because he said Albon was going to get a podium. So, therefore, because he only half cooked, he gets no points. That's the rules. I told you. It is what it is. Chris, let's move on to you.
Nice. This is a pure hating. This was hateration. Pure hating. And it backfired.
Chris said Ocon more points than Perez. Incredible. And he also said Stroll more podiums than Alonso. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
This is why, I'm on the Stroll hater train, because he didn't even get one. Not even one podium. 0. My goodness. I thought, when you get the fluky Stroll podiums, I was like, I'm going to bank on them getting one of them fluky podiums. Didn't get a single thing. I'm livid, bro.
Yeah.
And then the Ocon more points than Perez. Yeah. I don't know what I was cooking. I was straight up hating. I was just there like, hey, let me just slap some hateration. Because if I cook with these answers, yeah, I deserve, 50 points.
Yeah,
Of pure insanity. But
yeah.
obviously,
I mean, the simple fact of the matter is Ocon didn't even get more points than Gasly, while Perez got 2 race wins. And Stroll, yeah, he got 0 podiums, obviously. But Alonso got 7, 8, something like that. So you see the contrast in, the prediction being a bit wrong. You get what I'm saying? It's like do or die. And, I mean,
my prediction was the Nick De Vries of the pod of the season. Like my prediction was the Nick De Vries. They stunk, bro.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Is what is fun. Is what is. Hey, hateration. You get me? So let's move on to the next one. And this one's a bit more technical as well, still. So I'm gonna have to ask the panel. Tariq said Gasly most best of the rest podiums. Now, of course, he did get a podium. However, Ocon also get a podium. So it's like Alpine, it's like on a technical basis, are they really best of the rest, even though they were kind of like in a land of their own? Was it in the land of their own? You know what the saying is. So it's like if you want to declare make McLaren, Aston Martin, and Ferrari best of the rest, then obviously this is not true. But technically, in terms of Alpine, where they kind of were the best of what they were, if that makes sense. That probably doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna leave this to you, man. Yeah, should Tariq get a point for this? Like, or is it too techie? Like, I mean, I'll leave it to you, man. Because I was scratching my head for hours to give a point for this. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like half true and it's not. So it's like, I don't know.
I think you should personally in it because, like, cool. The issue is Red Bull were just too good in the sense of Red Bull was on their own land. Then that's where we had the second tier of the whole Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin, then Alpine. But that first 5 teams I said, they were all getting points consistently. They were all fine for consistently. But Alpine were just that tier below where they got the odd ones. So I think it's fine. Like they were best of that field in it because Alpine were by themselves. I hear it. Then you had the whole Williams, AlphaTauri, Haas, Alfa Romeo, but they were the best out of the top bunch. I'll say they weren't the top bunch. They weren't the worst bunch. They were the midfield, and they were that comfy. So I say it should land personally.
Chris,
No, I'll give him the point just because he was back to his boy. He put his chest out for his boy, yeah, and his boy delivered him a podium. So fair enough. Get it. I don't care. I'm not winning it. So if I was in a competition to win, I'd be like, nah, scrap it, yeah. But I'm not winning this. So go on.
Yeah, nah, he half cooked still. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he half cooked still. I'll give a cheeky point for that still. I'll give a cheeky point. I respect it. Cool. Kunle, his controversial opinion was Williams more top 10 finishes than Alfa Romeo. And when counting that up, he was actually correct by 1. I think Williams got like, I wrote it down somewhere, but I think I wrote it down work and then I lost it. So Williams got like, I think 7, and then Alfa Romeo got like 6. So no. So I think Albon got like 6 to Sargent's 1, and then Bottas got like 3 or 4 to like Guan Yu Zhou's like 2 or 3. So no, Anthony. Williams got more anyway. So he cooked. So you know what? 4 points. Listen, salute. Salute. Cool. Nam said has to finish above Alpine. I mean,
this is what happens when you hate on the French and you're hating on Mick Schumacher. Hold that. No points for you. Hey, we're back in the Haas, that's insanity. Yeah.
Hey, bro, listen. A certain man said he finished top 5 in the constructors. I'll let you watch the video for you to find out.
I know that was Mahad. I know you see he was smoking something that day. Bro. I don't know what, but he was on something that day.
Boy. Anyways. Moving on. Ketch said Max v Perez read more brutal. Simple fact of the matter is that did not happen. It was not brutal. There was no.
It was brutal. Perez got beaten up. He got beaten up. He got rough like he was sent to hospital, bro. You know, bones broken, choked out, blood everywhere. He got battered. He got battered. He got beaten up. I've not seen
I
a
mean,
teammate tanking like this in years, bro.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I was thinking of more like,
Lewis
the
Rosberg,
beef
innit?
aspect.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, like Brazil. What year we in now? Brazil 22. Like, that was a bit brutal. Like, yeah, I'm not giving a place for man. You don't be there in Monaco. I was thinking along that aspect. So I was thinking, oh, okay, yeah. But I'll give a cheeky point. Yeah, fuck it, man. I didn't write it, man, but it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Fuck it, man. Christmas.
Exactly.
Right. Next one is Kwame. Kwame said the reason Zhao to be sacked. Half cooked, bro. Half cooked. If you parked your Prada agenda to the side, that would have been 4 points, bro. Would have been 4 points. Speak to me, King.
Your boy side will let you down, brother.
Listen, you're half cooked, bro. Man got sacked, but you know what I mean? When you just on these streets, bro, Prada down to socks, Prada bucket hat. Listen, if you see Chris with a Prada bucket hat, yeah, don't ask questions, yeah.
Alfa Romeo are they're not a serious organization, man. They are not. I don't know how Zhao and Bottas are still in the car when they've been performing mediocre performances this season, last season, and be the case next season as well. And you're meant to be Audi as well. Like, come on, like hear it, see me with this pick. Yeah, all these old points is on me because I was hating with this pick, but I didn't know how to hate appropriately. I just hate too much. I didn't know how to choose my options, so I thought I chose both. But hey, the DeVries one I cooked, man. I'm happy. Like, the DeVries one was cooked. So hey, listen, the amount of people tell me DeVries is gonna be Yuki, DeVries is gonna go to Red Bull, yada yada yada. I was just like, this guy is not it, man, and it showed. My man got sacked, and it's funny. After did not knowledge exists no more. They're putting Paul on stats ahead of they put an Eastern flag and Trident, no Avatar on the the constructors thing. Like, hey, but what could it be, man?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Man. I was a part of the Vries over Yuki thing out of pure agenda and spite. Because my boy was left on the side, and I said, if I'm going down, someone else is going down with me. I got it wrong. Apologies to the people. This was pure hating. I don't rate that guy. That guy pants to me, but it's just what it was there. Sometimes you got to hate with chest, yeah, and yeah, it went wrong. But I think Kwame did the thing where he was hating too much. You got to focus your hate, brother. Hating everywhere doesn't lead to no results. Look at my prediction, bro. That was hating everywhere. Got to focus.
Hey, I believe it's Helmut Marko, and also I believe it's Alfa Romeo as well, man. My boy Salo let me down. That's all I'm gonna say, man. My own boy.
Hey, Kwame, hold up, bro. Listen, this is what it is. Anyways, let's move on because I'm getting tired, bro. Right. Right. Next one is Ants. He said Stroll race win. I'm not expanding on that. Let's move on. Mahad said Bottas and Zhou to be sacked. As you know, that's not true because they're staying on for next season. So yeah, howler. And he also had a big howler as well. He said De Vries to beat Yuki and to get promoted. I mean, yeah, he did get promoted to Harvard. So yeah, but you're not getting points for that, bro. So hold on. So that is all for the questions. Now let's go to the total. To the total. Sorry. So as you can see from the total, I'm on 25 points. Rafa is on 23 points. Lawrence on 21. Chris on 16. Tariq on 24. Kunle on 23. Nam on 20. Ketch on 16, maybe 17 now. Kwame on 18. Anton 18. Mahad on 13. And Anik on 23. So that means that the winner of the 2023 Pitstop Fracas predictions table is none other than myself. Hold that, all you man. Hold that. However, not to be counterproductive, I will give a little something for second place because I'm nice. Because me when I'm on predictions thing is a bit like, yeah, it's a bit anticlimactic. So, yeah, Tariq, as usual, finished on 24 points. Congratulations, brother. 2-time champ, 2 years in a row.
I'm gonna say he won last year, innit?
Yeah, he won last.
That's
He had to go. You got
you know. That's real
Listen, yeah.
knowledge out there.
Listen, you had to go machine for machine with Ant, you know, and he won. He won, bro. You had to go machine for machine with Ant, bro. Hey, listen, Tariq, salute. You will, Nolly. Listen, salute, brother. But yeah, that's all for today and this season. Well, kind of this season. So thank you for rocking with us today and for the whole of the season. I know it's been a long season, you know, but we tried to make it as entertaining as possible. You know, a lot of the races have been 2-pack of ass. But look, we hope you know, entertained you lot and blah, 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 so on and so forth. Season review podcast, that should be out in the next few weeks. You know, of course, also studios as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And also follow us on the socials on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, where you'll see Kwame do more dance reviews on TikTok. But anyways, I've been your host, Richard. This has been the gang. And we'll see you, if we don't see you in a few weeks, we'll see you next season. Peace.
Peace.